Good morning, everyone. I was just looking at the happenings in Nigeria and something came into my mind. And of course, when I say happenings in Nigeria, I know a lot of people believe that there are a lot of happenings going on in that country. And the one that actually caught my attention is that of Malam El-Rufai. Malam El-Rufai, the elsewhere Kaaba. I remember during Muhammadu Buhari's regime, El-Rufai was one of the people that held the government. Whoever El-Rufai and his team decide to get an appointment, get it. El-Rufai was against Christians in northern Kaduna, to be precise, and a lot of people complain about a lot of things going on. I even read a report this morning that he stopped the pilgrimage to Jerusalem, while he sponsored a lot of people in their hundreds to Hajj. So when we talk about ethnic bigotry or religion fanatic, El-Rufai happened to be one of them. And suddenly, he's being being investigated for corruption and run into billions of naira. And El-Rufai suddenly found his voice to say, okay, he's now pro-democracy, he's now fighting against corruption, he's now fighting against leadership in our country. Unfortunately, I know there are some gullible Nigerians who will think this is about religion or who is about religion. Oh, El-Rufai is a Fulani man. That is why he's been attacked by government. But the reality is, when El-Rufai was committing these crimes, he never take any constructive criticisms from anybody. We have had a case of people got missing under his regime. And now it's not about any Nigerian. It's about him and power and the power politics. But he forgot. What El-Rufai forgot is that he is no longer in government. Buhari is no longer there. We have a new sheriff in Nigeria. And this sheriff doesn't believe in Fulani dominance. He believes that things must work properly. Call Tinubu any name you want to call him. Tinubu is a man that believes in meritocracy. And that's why you can see that in all the successive government in Lagos State. And Tinubu is a tactician politician. If you read his trajectories, you will know that he's not one of those that don't know what politics is and what power is. Tinubu is not Jonathan. This is what a lot of northern elites don't understand. Tinubu is not the kind of person that will rig out. It's either you allow him to win an election peacefully or he rig himself in. He's a politician. So Tinubu is not somebody who will think, okay, because some people are crying, let me now leave them. You know, when Jonathan considered victory, it was not like they won Jonathan, actually. They actually rigged him out. But because Jonathan was a Christian, a devoted Christian, who only find joy in alcohol, it was not like somebody who was also very brilliant and so intelligent. Jonathan was weak. Tinubu is not. So the earlier you understand that we have a new sheriff who understands the game of politics, the better. And I do tell Nigerians, we should never be part of their gimmicks and their games because we are never part of the corruption. We are just victims. I have never benefited from government. I have never gained from these corrupt practices. So I shouldn't be defending anyone. I don't care whether somebody say, oh, I am not a pro-Tinubu and I'm not against him. But I am for good governance. And one of the reasons why I supported Tinubu in the last election was because I believe that he that must come to equity must come in clean hands. If you say government power has shifted to the north for 8 years, why do you want to have another 8 years? That was why I was against Article for the first time. Now, Tinubu has gotten the power for the south. He has spent 4 years. He deserves to have another 4 years. It doesn't matter. Buhari was the worst you can have. Anybody can have in any history. It was the worst ever. Illiterate. Very arrogant. He was not understanding. He doesn't understand anything. He doesn't care about human lives. But he governed Nigeria. He governed Nigeria, even though he was that weak and wicked. We have Tinubu now that is reforming Nigeria. Is the government corrupt? I have not tested that. But I know, yes, maybe. But is he doing the right thing? Yes. Are people suffering? Yes. Because the Nigerian problem is not just going to be solved by our leaders. It's going to be solved by Nigerians themselves. And like I've said this morning, elsewhere, that Nigerians are very corrupt people. I am not mistaken by saying that. I don't have any apology to anybody. We are very corrupt. Give work to a carpenter, he's trying to swindle you. Give work to a welder, he's trying to swindle you. Give work to even an imbecile on the road, he's trying to swindle you. Every Nigerian has that trait of corruption. But yes, the only reason you are complaining now is because you have not had your own fair share of the opportunity to be corrupt and to steal. So it is not like to say, oh, Nigeria is not a state of saint people. It's a state of corrupt, highly corrupt people. That is why we have somebody like Tinubu, somebody like Buhari. All our leaders have been corrupt. We have not had anyone that is different from the people. Our leadership are coming from the masses who are also corrupt. But we are not, I don't care about corruption again. What I care about now is do these reforms, steal the little you can steal. You will live there. 4 years, 8 years, you're out. And if God wants, you may not even live up to 4 years before you die and you are out of that place. What I am particular about is these reforms. And Tinubu is doing that. And we know already now that we don't have alternative than corruption. If you remove Tinubu, you put Article, is corrupt. If you remove Article, you put Obi, is corrupt. All our politicians are very corrupt. They are not the only one that is corrupt. Our people too are. Our people are very corrupt. Yes, I can say that clearly. I don't have any mistake. I want to ask you this question as a Nigerian. In your caucus, can you tell me one person that you trust, that you can give all your money to if maybe you are going to jail or you won't be in the country and you have cash and you need to give this cash to someone to keep for you? Can you mention one person, even your parents, even your brothers, your sisters, even your friends, that you are sure that if you give him this money and say, don't take this money to the bank, just keep it for me in the house. After 5 years, you can get that money back. If you have such person, please, you can put your comment on the comment section and I would like to engage the person. From my own experience, as a Nigerian who has done some few projects in the past 20 years, I can tell you that I have not seen any Nigerian that will not, if you give that money to that person, if the person try, so if he tries so much, he can keep the money for 1 year. What am I saying? 1 month, he will not touch it. The second month, the person will start borrowing part of the money with the intention of paying back, if he's a very good person. In the third month, the person will forget that it's a borrowed money and he will be thinking of spending the remaining. Before 6 months, the person would have finished the money and be thinking that you should never come back to that to get that money. I am saying this from experience. So if you have not been in that shoes, if you have not been tested with money and power, don't come out to say our leader or this leader is corrupt. You are also corrupt. Check yourself. Tell me what you have done that you have not stolen from another person. It starts from the time you start selling meat from the pot. Or you start taking your parents' money without telling them. Or you start taking your husband's money without telling him. Or you start stealing your wife's money without telling her. So, we are all corrupt. I can say it clearly that I have never stolen anybody's money. And some people will say, well, it's because of the orientation you have or because of the privileges you have never suffered. That's why. I suffered too, but I have never stolen. I can say that clearly, anywhere. But I can tell you that when we are looking at statistics, we don't talk about 1 or 2 people. Generalize. Nigeria is a country of about 240 million people today. Out of this figure, tell me how many that is not corrupt. So I'm not going to say 1 or 2. So in every 1 million, we have 1 Nigerian that is not corrupt. How are we sure that we are going to ever have that one Nigerian in the helms of affairs? Politicians will not support him. Look at Kingsley Moghalu. It doesn't mean Kingsley Moghalu will not be corrupt when he gets to power as well. But at least we can still see people's antecedents. And we can say, okay, this one may not be corrupt. But unfortunately, Nigerians will not vote for them. Look at Showore. I don't know whether it's going to be corrupt when it gets to power, but at least it's showing some signs of being honest. Are you going to vote for him? If I contest election now, you are going to say, oh, no, maybe he's too young, maybe he's too educated. You will find a reason not to vote for people like us. But you are willing to vote for fraudsters, criminals. I have seen that a lot. Even in Shagamu, you will see nobody want to vote for somebody who is upright. All Shagamite people like to vote for criminals. You see somebody who is a Yahoo boy, or who is into ritualism, or who is a cultist. These are the people you are voting for. And the same you will be coming out to say somebody is corrupt. You are a fool. Yes, you are a big fool. And we are going to continue to have these very corrupt people as long as we are not ready to be honest with ourselves. El-Rufai, I don't know when you are going to leave that custody, but I bet you are going to stay there for a long time because of your arrogance. You are not the first to be governor or the minister of FCT. But you are very arrogant. You have this mindset that because you are Fulani, nobody can touch you. And then you are behaving anyhow. You came to a national TV to say you tap into the security architecture of the country and you have information about whatever is going there because they do the same to you. Who are you? This is a country governed by law. So you are going to be there for a long time. And I really wish Tinubu should take you up seriously because nobody can try that with you. If you are the president and somebody said that on national TV, I know he's going to rot in jail. So be prepared to be there for a long time. I read in the news this morning that you are having a running nose, that blood is coming out from your nose. It's just the beginning. This is the same thing you did to other people. He who must come to equity must come with clean hands. Nobody cares about whether you are Fulani again. We are all Nigerians. The same rights Igbo people have is the same right you have. You are not bigger than anybody. And that is why I want to thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You are really teaching them that power is present. And if Tinubu also leave power, go and arrest him. I don't care. He's not my father. Even if he's my father, if he has done something bad, he should be allowed to suffer that bad thing or evil he has done. Good morning, everyone.